But
This is
yeah.
is are we live, guys?
We are, I think we are live now, almost.
Almost?
Hold on
Okay.
a second. Okay, so yes, the live stream has started. Go ahead.
We want to let people in, right?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Sorry.
There's so many things to keep track of here. I have.
You're doing great. Thank you, Garth, for your support. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Align and Transform with Wisdom from the Akasha with Lisa Barnett, author and wisdom keeper. I'm Carissa Sims, live event host for Humanities Team, and I'm coming to you live from Lafayette, Colorado. Where are you connecting from today, Lisa?
I am in San Rafael, California, so I am just north of San Francisco.
Wonderful. And thank you all for joining us for this interactive Q&A program. And you'll have the opportunity to connect with Lisa directly and get any questions answered that you might have. These sessions really remind me of the mentoring sessions where we would have one-on-one time with the providers after watching a course. Like we had Lisa on for Mystical Journeys and any questions on her segment. So if you haven't watched her program or any of her other programs, I highly recommend them, especially the meditations. So everyone can put in the chat where you're connecting from. And also, if you have any questions, we would love to hear from you. And we might even bring you on stage if you'd like. Let me introduce Lisa. Lisa Barnett is an internationally recognized author, teacher, and healer with more than 30 years' experience in the spiritual healing forum. Lisa found herself in the mid 1990s being intimately summoned by the Akashic Masters to share their personal insights into her life and those of her clients. In 2005, she was called to start the Akashic Knowing School of Wisdom and to create resources to bring clarity and healing from the ancient knowledge to a broader audience. As the Akashic Knowing founder, facilitator, and teacher, Lisa shares with her students the unconditional love, guidance, and wisdom that comes from the masters of the Akashic records. She accesses this wisdom with ease through sacred prayers given to her by the Akashic Lords. She teaches these prayers and energy healing tools to her students to create their own personal Akashic record connection. And I can speak to that. I've had a session, a personal one-on-one session with Lisa. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. And so happy that you're here, Lisa.
Oh, I am so thrilled to join you again and to be here with everyone. So thank you so much for coming and joining us and putting your energy into this field. And, I just look forward to kind of seeing what comes up. I'm happy to answer questions about the Akashic Records. I always love to do a group visualization and maybe a little bit of energy healing or clearing if that feels appropriate. So, yes, I am just really here to share this beautiful, pure unconditional love of the Akash with you.
Well, yeah, I think that's amazing. Do you think that would be a good way to start off the session today to bring the group into the Akasha and possibly do a healing? Or is the healing better at the end?
Well, so let's do two things. I do it like bookends, right? So
Yes.
I love to bring everyone into the Akashic field with me. So we'll just do a brief guided visualization to
Okay.
energetically open the group records. And then we'll have conversation, questions, and we'll see what shows up. And then we'll do healing on whatever has been showing up or questions that feel important to work on and to clear. So let's come into the Akashic field together. And so The way we just do this is, if you can, if you're in a comfortable place where you can sit back and close your eyes, that's always lovely. I like to put my feet on the ground, and the record keepers have given us all sorts of very profound and simple tools. And so one of the important aspects of really being in a body at this time in history is to own the physical space, own the space of your body, your energy field, your auric field, to create boundaries, to be grounded, and to truly be the sovereign, which is the king or the queen of your field, right? And your field is more than just the body. There's energy space inside, there's energy space outside. Of course, there's the whole auric field. So what we'll do is I'm just going to do a little grounding and bringing us into that space of sovereignty. And then we'll ask our record keepers to bring a column of light around us, connecting us to the Akasha. And then we'll see what else comes up. So just taking a nice deep breath as we invite our soul to come down more fully present into our physical body. Really activating the body itself. Your soul wrote a contract with your physical form. And when we really activate that energy, that contract, invite that soul, that beautiful soul of your body to anchor all the way down, really lighting up the cells, adding vitality and energy, coming present with all of the soul wisdom, the soul's plans and purposes that it made for this life in this body. We feel that vibration, that energy, and just let yourself feel, see, notice the tingliness, the warmth, whatever it might be for you as your soul really anchors down all the way into your hips and down in your thighs and calves, all the way down to your feet. And then we like to create a tripod grounding system. So growing roots from both of your feet deep down into Gaia, getting nice and connected to our dear Mother Earth beneath our feet. And the tripod is a grounding cord or tail from the base of your spine. Also going to the crystalline core. I like to imagine wrapping my tail around that beautiful crystalline core, or the heart of Mother Earth. And just inviting Mother Earth to assist us in staying grounded and present as we do this expansive Akashic work today. And just feeling that kind of strength of the body connected to the earth. We'll take a nice breath into our sacred heart center, inviting our heart to open just a little bit further. And we ask the divine lords of unconditional love to help us center fully in this moment as we create this sacred space. Please wrap us in your love and protection and allow us to travel to the highest realms of the Akasha available to us today. Please help us, we lay our multi-dimensional hearts open to divine love and release all resistance. Lords of the Akashic Record, please guide us to the deepest truth we can access now. Support us in healing and releasing that which no longer serves on our true path. We give great thanks for your divine love and support on this journey today. And we invite our record keepers, the collective record keepers of this group, whether you're here present in this very moment or if it's available later as a recording. They are encircling all of us. They're actually encircling the planet because there are people all over the world. They're encircling us with the Akashic energy of light, It's an energetic, beautiful, powerful column of light that holds you in this sacred space. So just letting yourself notice what you notice. You may see that column of silvery blue. You might feel the energy around you. Many people feel peace and pure love. Those are really the true qualities of Source. And that is what the Akashic Record is holding for us. It's pure Source energy. Just taking one more nice deep breath filled with love and gratitude for our record keepers. And when you're ready, you can just go ahead and open your eyes back up, and that field will stay present around us until we close it at the end.
That was beautiful. When I wanted to share a little bit, when you first asked the Akashic Lords to embrace us in like a blanket, I was seeing like this spiraling light, and it was all sparkly around me, a little bit like a blanket, but not constricting. Um, so that was wonderful. And then I love the vision of the earth and just encompassing the whole earth because we have people from all over the world. So I just love that energy. And personally, I felt a sense of warmth, you know, at the end. Yeah, beautiful. So if people feel free to share in the chat what came up for you. And we already have some questions, Lisa.
Right.
You know, maybe before we get into questions, is there any messages that you received to share with our audience, like a general reading for anyone listening or on the replay?
Yes. So, of course, the record keepers always have so much information. I feel like it's always two or three things.
Right?
It's rarely one thing. But I definitely am getting that they want to do some alignment work with us today. And but part of their message is that of course, the more aligned we are, but the more often we can move into this beautiful energetic space of the divine, of source energy, of the Akashic field, the more often we are consciously bringing ourselves into this very, very high frequency space, the easier it is for our soul to not only align, but to create and manifest that which your soul desires, right? That plan your soul wrote before you embodied has all sorts of pieces and aspects in it, right? We wrote contracts with dozens of people to support them and for them to support us. So we really want to activate those support contracts. They can really make a huge difference in our lives. And we for them and they for us, right? It's a two-way contract. But what the record keepers want to say is that kind of that no matter what the world is doing out there, when we can truly live in our heart and in this beautiful vibration of source energy, of the field of the Akasha, that we truly are elevating ourselves, our soul to a space where we are able to be the creators that we came to be. So it's beautiful. The record keepers love to remind us that we are all creator beings. Right? We're big, powerful, energetic souls, ancient, 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 infinite souls. And we've come to create something new here on this planet, in this world. So it's a very exciting time, and using empowerment tools like the Akashic Records really will help with that, right? To align us and to support us and to let us understand some of the sometimes challenges or you know, questions that we have that we're like, why would I pick that, or why would I do that, you know? And there are so many answers to our questions in the Akashic Field.
That is a beautiful message. I love that. Spend more time in the Akashic field to aligned with our soul purpose and have a higher understanding. So I want to get to some of the questions in the chat because we have so many. It's amazing. So let's see if I can phrase this as a question. So Anne-Marie says, releasing resentment transition today. I think she's affirming that.
Yes.
Have anything to
Yes.
say to that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, we can do this however feels kind of right for everybody. But it feels like there is some energy of resentment that we can clear that is connected. Some of it is just this life, this, you know, story, our experiences that, you know, a very human trait, of course, is to go to a kind of place of feeling like a victim, or why would that happen to me, or what went wrong, or what did I do, right? So we go
because she
back
put
and forth.
in mother, father wounds also in the chat. So that's what you're referring to, maybe.
Yes, yes, exactly. So, so we can do some energetic clearing around that and ancestral clearing. So what the record keepers are suggesting is let's do some clearing and updating around soul contracts with our mother and with our father, and then do some ancestral clearing with the other ancestors who often are also holding some of the challenging energy of what, you know, patterns. Many of us are born into families that hold a lot of energetic patterns also, which can be karmic patterns, and it can have a lot of challenge built into it because karma is about learning and growing as a soul. So we set it up to have a challenge so that we're like, okay, let me figure this out. Let me work through this so that I can learn something. And that bigger pattern of give me a challenge so I can learn and grow, so I can share the wisdom that I receive from that growth, so that I can teach or share that with other people. So that's our really human desire when we write a plan and come here to Earth. We say, you know, give me things to do. I want to grow. I want to learn. I want to, you know, I want to change as a soul, even though we're infinite souls. This is a very different world than any other types of worlds. So that's one of the things we do. So should we just kind of go through and do some group clearing around these different pieces as they come up?
Whatever you're feeling called to, or we can keep all of this and then do it at the end. I don't know. Is that too much? Because there's going to be a lot of different questions. If you want to do it, how long does this clearing take? Like a couple minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay, sure.
A couple minutes. So let's just start with, because those are big ones that almost everybody has.
I would say so. Definitely. Okay.
Right. I always am like, oh yeah, I mean, really updating your contracts. And that's really what we'll do is we'll clear any heavy, you know, kind of negative, heavy, dark energy from the contracts. It can be around trauma, emotional pain. It can be, you know, any emotion, but often there is, you know, a lot of the personal pain around shame and guilt and less than, you know, low self-esteem, all of these things that often, unworthiness, all of those pieces. And so I'm just going to be quiet for a minute while I'm going to let the record keepers just clear that for everyone who's in the group. And if you want to close your eyes and just relax into it and notice what you notice, that's great. If not, that's just great too, right? So I always like to just start with just saying yes, please, right? Ask your record keepers. All of your record keepers get called in when we open this field, and we just say, yes, please, I would like that healing, or no, thank you, I'm not interested. So it is your free will that allows the healing. So just that brief, yes, please. And then we ask our record keepers to clear the emotional pain and trauma from this specific lifetime with these specific parents. And so we'll just let them clear and release. One of the beautiful things about working in the Akashic field is that it is part of the quantum field where there truly is no time and space. So we can heal something from yesterday and just as easily from whatever it is, 30 years, 50 years, 80 years, doesn't matter, no time. So I just am seeing a kind of evaporating in a sense, dissipating. It's almost like seeing a dark smoke kind of just releasing, dissipating and evaporating, turning to nothing, right? As it is released and recycled for the highest good of you and your soul. So any emotional pain and trauma that you've experienced in this life, we ask the record keepers in relationship more specifically to your parents, to your specific family. And that can be whether your parents are your birth parents or adopted or fostered or your family of choice. It could be any of the above. And your record keepers know, of course. Just creating more space and again, opening the field of the quantum to allow the new doors to open, new possibilities to show up, right? This is the field of infinite possibilities in the quantum void. And we invite in new ways of being, new ways of feeling, new relationships that are in the highest and best alignment with you and your soul right now in this moment. Then we ask the record keepers to update and upgrade these contracts with your parents. And if they are, if your parents have crossed over, we ask the record keepers to help us to send all of the parents' energy back to them. Because the soul, it's important for every soul to kind of gather their energy back when they move from one form to another. And so the soul of your parents is busy doing other things. So we want to send them all of their energy back with love. And we invite all of our energy back that our parents may have held over years for us. We reclaim that energy to integrate back into our soul energy, our physical energy form, its highest and best, kind of return to its highest and best place. And so sending that back, reclaiming our own, making better boundaries and separations so that we can truly walk on our aligned soul path, updating those contracts. And some of them will literally evaporate because they're no longer valuable or viable, or the parent has crossed. And so those contracts, I often see them again, things just dissipate, they just disappear. Or sometimes some contracts, some of the more challenging ones may look like they get burnt because, again, fire is a phenomenal tool of transmutation. And so we burn those contracts that are complete but stuck. Sometimes they're stuck holding emotional pain or physical pain or trauma from an abusive childhood or something like that. And so we allow those contracts to be, again, updated for your highest good. And of course, your soul and your record keepers know what that is in this moment as we do this group clearing. And then we ask the record keepers to fill each and every one of you up with your beautiful highest Akashic wisdom, always wanting to fill in space we make with your highest energy that you can hold. And just see that coming down and really anchoring in the body, in the energy field, in the auric field, wherever is the highest and best place for that to anchor in your space. Beautiful. Good. Then we're just going to, while we're working with families, let's ask our record keepers to do some energetic clearing of any big karmic patterns or traumas that may be held in the ancestral lineage. So sometimes our lineage holds, well, all kinds of trauma. Of course, we've realized that things like abuse is often passed down from parent to child and child to adult child to child. So we want to clear any of these old patterns of things like addiction and abuse, any something, it's any kind of, it's a physical, they're saying anomaly, any physical or health anomaly that is affecting us in a negative way or in a not positive way. We just ask the record keepers to clear those and update and upgrade our genetic blueprint for a higher physical level blueprint to hold more light and vitality, just vibrancy and health. And they're actually just, we may end up doing a little bit of this work too, but while they're at it, really working with contracts and family lineage and things like that, you can do so much just around, like they're saying, oh, money, right? Because a lot of that comes through the ancestral lineage. Lack, right? Belief that money is bad, all of these things. So they're just kind of burning some of that old money story that doesn't serve us back through that ancestral lineage also. And of course, we then bring the beautiful golden light, pure light of source down through the ancestral lineage, all the way forward right here to each of you in this very present moment, right into your heart. And the beautiful thing is, if you have children, it then goes from your children out, from you out to your children and your children's children, because it's an ancestral lineage. And so when we clear it back in the ancestry, then it comes down healed to us and to our continued ancestral lineage, our kids and our grandkids. Good. Nice.
Are we complete with that?
Yeah, sure.
Clearing? That was amazing. Does everyone here realize what a gift this was today? I mean, that was incredible. For you to be facilitating that, helping us with our ancestral trauma and also money. I mean, wow. So Starlight had a question. Did you still want to come up on stage, Starlight? You still have a question?
Sure,
Yeah,
I
come on up.
would love to ask. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, good. I'm I'm really confused about the um onset of pain. I have been working with the universe literally since I was born. I've spent my entire but when I turned 62, which was in December, my life shifted into a place with not goodness. I am experiencing so many physical problems. It is unbelievable. I am not unhealthy, but recently in the last week and then a month ago, I'm dealing with these stomach issues, dizziness, just pain in every way possible. And I meditate, I do mantras, I pray. I don't know what's wrong or what I can do. And I know there's a million people on the planet dealing with me right now, but I just can't imagine for the life of me what this could possibly be about.
Oh, great question. Let me just see what the record keepers can say. Of course, I'm not in your specific Akashic records, but certainly in the group energy and in the field. But I always say when I do a reading, I very specifically do that opening of the client's specific Akash, whereas we brought the group in, which is a little different, and yet, so lots of information. But part of what they're saying, Starlight, is that you are feeling, it's kind of an extreme empathic reaction is what they're saying. It's like you are feeling so much of the shifts in the planet, of the trauma in the world, of the everything. And part of that is because of right, these plans, the plan you wrote, you hold a lot of energetic keys or codes. People call them different things, but to me, they're kind of the same thing. And so, in a bigger picture, we as ancient and infinite souls have taken part in life, not just here, but they're saying for you, like 900 lives on Earth, which is a lot. I mean, I would say that probably most of the people on the call have been here at least 500 times, 600 times. And part of that is being a creator being. And so that is the fact that you have created many things in the world, and we don't remember that. So energetically, we are trying to open to shift some of these energies, unwrite, right? I mean, that's one of the things I do in the Akasha is that I can we can unwrite some of these contracts so I can energetically undo it. So I don't need to suffer it in my body. And so part of what they're saying is that what you're doing is great, the meditation, all of this, these aspects, using really strong boundaries, creating really strong boundaries is important, but there feels like there's a very it's like the bigger piece, and I know that many of you are experiencing this also, is we are, as the vibration is raising, we're getting triggered. We actually are able to start to energetically release these keys or these codes consciously or unconsciously. You don't have to know that they're there or what they're doing or anything else, but they get triggered and moved often by the vibration on the planet and what else is going on. And we feel it like a pain, or sometimes it's, really that dis-ease. So when we can continue to do our energy work, understand things more clearly if possible, that's why I love to teach people to access the Akashic records, to so we can understand it, we can move through it with greater ease. And I wish there was a simple answer that I could give you, like, oh, just do this. But we're so ancient. That's why they're like 900 lives on earth. You hold a lot of wisdom, and the meditations, the everything you can do in those ways to kind of stay in your heart. And interesting, didn't you say you're in Sedona?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I just asked you
Yeah.
to unmute. There you
Yeah.
are, Starlight.
I'm in Sedona. I have been for over a decade. I came here against my will, honestly. I went to Sedona because Spirit told me to, and I didn't even know what Sedona was. And that's where my entire journey started. For the last, I ended up in 2011. I mean, no, 11/11. I was in Sedona for 11/11 and never left. I couldn't leave because I went to leave and my car was broke down and they told me to be criminally put back on the road and somebody got my bank account. I couldn't leave no matter how I tried. But my confusion, and I know it's in the Akashic, I know there's one little something that I guess I'm not aware of, because I'm a divine, loving being like we all are. We all know, especially if we're on this call. We know who we are.
Right.
And I am so confused at this point because of the amount of doctors I've gone to and help that I need. And I've been sick for the last week, and I know this is a vagus nerve connection type of thing. Just don't know what to do. And I know that you are all beautiful beings. And I thought if I threw out my problem, other people on the call would be experiencing the same problem. And maybe we could just find out what's going on with us healers.
Right. And
Lisa,
yeah,
Lisa?
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Starlight. I'm going to mute you.
Yeah.
Something that's coming to me is to really dive deep into Lisa's work on Stream Plus. You're a Stream Plus member, and listen to her meditations, access the Akasha like she's recommending. And I really think this is a sign for you today. So I wish you many blessings on your healing journey. And I've been there. Okay. Yeah. And I think a lot of us have with pain or disease. So, did you have anything else to add, Lisa?
No, I mean, I think that's we're at just such a wild time in history, and it's showing up differently for everybody. But what the record keepers keep saying is it's almost like the bigger we can be, the less involved in the whatever it might be. Pain story things, so definitely deep meditation. Continue practice, and good luck, and let us know.
Yeah, keep in touch. Definitely. Thank you, Lisa, for that.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a lot of questions. Fusan, she has comments on the meditation, getting into the space, tingling in my fingers and toes. She started her spiritual journey years ago. She's studied with so many people. I'm not going to list her entire comment, but it just leaves her confused. And I feel like that was a similar energy to what Starlight was saying. So she said, Fusan, spreading myself a bit thin. So any advice for Fusan?
Oh, I would honestly say that the time that we are again in, that's very important, is that it is to really become your own guru, to become your own spiritual teacher. And it really is important, because when we stop letting ourselves be confused. Again, I teach the records because the record keepers have just always said it is your birthright. It is everyone's birthright to have access into the truth of who you are as an infinite divine soul. And so to me, when you can learn to ask your own questions of your record keepers who are pure beings of light, right? They're not just random channeled beings. They're not our ancestors. They're not just other souls who are unembodied. They are pure source energy, and they are in service to you, and they keep your Akashic library. And so to me, the truth is there in the quantum field of the Akash.
Thank
So
you for that. I think that serves all of us, including me. So I was wondering, so Vishal asked, what can we expect from your upcoming Unchained Galactic session? So will you talk about that? And
I would
if you'd
love to.
like to share, if you have a link, you could put it in the chat. It's up to you.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love that. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a 4-hour event, and it's live on September 23rd from 10 a.m. Pacific to about 2, maybe 3. You never know, because the record keepers can go on for a very long amount of time. And I just look, it's 11:11 here in my world. I love that.
Wonderful.
So what we'll do is, what you got was just a little taste of what I'm going to do in this 4-hour program, where I'm going to bring you into the Akashic records. I'm going to teach you a bunch of different tools. Like if I had another 30 minutes, I would teach you much more about being the sovereign, about the rainbow shield, about the healing, clearing, healing prayers the record keepers have given us to help realign ourselves. And so basically, it's going to be a combination of teaching a lot of the different tools the record keepers have given us, and doing a lot of group healing and clearing. So that is the plan for Unchain Your Galactic Soul.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, yeah. So Anne-Marie says 11:11 here. Okay. So, yeah, if you're not following Lisa on social media, it's Akashic Knowing. Is that what it is on Instagram?
Yes, everything is Akashic Knowing. Instagram, Facebook would be,
Okay.
/ here is the direct link to the Unchain Your Galactic Soul event. And I've made it's a 4-hour event, just, pure live. I would love to do as much healing as I can possibly do, because collective healing is so powerful and transformational at this amazing time in history. It really allows us to clear some of the bigger karmic patterns and bigger contracts that we have all, collectively. And so doing these group healings is very beautiful and profound. So I'm glad we had some time earlier to do that. And this will be 4 hours of that. And I have made it pay what you want. So whether it's $1 or $88, I am grateful for everyone who shows up and joins us in this really empowering 4-hour workshop on September 23rd. So you can see that link and give it a click, and there's lots of information on that page. So you can.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, what another blessing of abundance. Pay what you want. I love that concept. Another spiritual teacher had a program like that. And I think it's very exciting that you're offering that. Well, we only have 1 minute. What can we do in 1 minute? I don't know.
Right. Yes. The record keepers, really, I just feel like maybe just a little message and a lot of source love, just pure energy for everyone. So what the record keepers would love to share is that that we really are pretty far down this path of awakening, whether it seems like it or not. really saying you are doing it, and they are so grateful. The record keepers are, well, seriously, because I'm hearing this collective clapping of everyone's record keepers who are all like, you're doing it, yay, yay, yay. And so it's very beautiful, and they are just wanting to fill each and every one of you up with the highest divine source energy and light, your highest Akashic wisdom, all of that wisdom and truth of you, bringing that in and present, and really just filling everyone up with the highest energy of vitality and truth and love and peace and ease and grace, and really I'm just activating all of our amazing gifts of empowerment and magic and manifestation, and just stepping into being the creator beings that you truly, truly are. So thank you so much for joining us. It has been just a blessing. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh my gosh, this blew me away today. I can't believe all the blessing that we receive. And we're just grateful for you, Lisa, and for the record keepers, all of the collective record keepers. We love you so much. Wonderful to connect with you all. And just thank you for this conversation, and everyone for joining us for Align and Transform with Wisdom from the Akasha. So we are grateful for the Stream Plus community. If you haven't joined yet, those listening on Facebook or YouTube, join us in our community, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. Have a blessed day.